What's up, everyone? I look particularly. There we go. Dim that a little bit. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the show. It's KO Bets. My name is Bill. Today, we're gonna just review the fights from over the weekend. Really entertaining card took place on Yas Island in Abu Dhabi between Jan Blachowicz and we also had Teixeira taking the belt. I think Glover Teixeira and Michael Oleski Chuk, and yeah, I think those were the only two underdogs that hit over the weekend. So it didn't pay to fade the favorites this weekend. So we'll go through the entire card. I also have a NBA Top Shot pack to open, actually three of them. It was part of the Vintage Vibes Dwayne Wade fandom packs. I pulled one last week. It was like some vintage. Yeah, they're doing like this vintage vibe stuff. So I got like Dirk Nowitzki and Luke Walton and maybe Marcus Camby were the cards I pulled. So the Dirk one's kind of interesting. So we'll pull that, and then we'll just look forward to next weekend's fights. Should be another solid slate of fights. So without further ado, let's just get into it here. Go to the UFC page. Started off the day. It was an early start for me, so I was kind of watching on my phone, had my AirPods in, was listening to the color commentary crew. Worked this one. I think it was Felder, Anik, DC. So the earlier fights, they started at 9:30. I had shit to do, so I did watch a surprising amount of them for this event taking place literally like smack dab in the middle of my day. It went from 9:30 a.m. to like 3:30, no, probably at 4 p.m., maybe 4:30 p.m. It was a long card. Yeah, just absolutely crazy. And they're all long, but it's just crazy when you put it in the middle of your day there. So, Tagir Ulanbekov against Alan Nascimento. We took Tagir in this. Basically, the takedowns were the story of the match. Alan did look good on the feet. However, the takedowns were the story of this match. Alan, I think, did have a submission attempt or two. It says he had 2 submission attempts in the fight. He did come into this bout with 13 submission wins. This now makes, and we got lucky, split decision, right? So this now makes all 6 of his losses via decision. Granted, this one was a split. Hadn't fought since 2018. Wasn't a bad fight, just got, controlled a little bit too much. We did throw out the Ulanbekov decision for minus 105. Did like the fight to go the distance for minus 165. In the next bout, we had Hugh Yuzhong against Andre Petrovsky. Hugh just didn't look good in this one. Andre looked like the better fighter. Hugh had an approach on the feet, but I thought Andre was better on the feet, and I think the numbers indicate that. Definitely, the pace was crazy in the early round of this fight. This, you can tell, this is one I actually got to watch. It was crazy in the earlier rounds of this fight. I was a little bit worried about Petrovsky maybe gassing out, but ultimately 2-0 in the UFC. Looks really impressive. Good fighter. Did end up getting this one with a submission. Oh yeah, it was like maybe it's like last 20 seconds or something. It was really late. Oh, there it is, 4:46 in the fight. So, what is that, 14 seconds left? Yeah, he ultimately gets the submission. Crazy fight. But he dominated the whole way, in my opinion. So that now gives him 4 KO wins, 3 submission wins. Yeah, I did throw out as a prop Andre via KO or decision, so apologize if you took that one. That's really unlucky with 14 seconds left in the fight. That happening. I'm interested in your approach to like what you like to do to have fun when if you're gonna bet on UFC. Lately, I find myself like, I'll do like an all money line round robin of some sort. I'll do an all money line, an all like a round robin of all different results. I'll try and predict the outcomes of fights, and I think that's a lot of fun. It's an interesting way to do it. I think the smart and intelligent thing to do is not to, you never want to overextend. So, I mean, I did do the round robin with an Andre KO decision, which, it was a bummer. But that, the amount was real small compared to what I bet on Andre, just to win on the money line. That being said, the amount I bet on him was small as well. So in the next fight, we had Shamil Gams. Oh, wait. Let me make sure that's the next fight. I think they squeezed one in between. Yep. Makwan Amirikani against Lyron Murphy. Murphy scores the KO. Obviously was just going to be the much better striker in this bout. Marquand, like we talked about, we thought he was going to come out very quickly. Had a good, dangerous submission game. We like the Murphy KO or decision for minus 290. I think this might be the first time it's not the first time in Makwa's career that he's been KO'd. But really good fight from Lyron Murphy. Had no problem getting up if he was taken down. Really, really solid fight. And the next fight this was the one where we had the first upset. Michael Alexijuk scores a round 1 knockout. Shamil looked... I'm surprised at the strikes, to be honest. Shamil shot for a couple of takedowns. I thought Michael was way more efficient with his strikes. Maybe Shamil just was wearing them a little bit worse because of the power that Michael clearly had on his strikes. For some reason, the strikes look off to me. I mean, Shamil was competitive, but then he just got, it just seemed like he broke under the pace and pressure that Oleski was putting on him just in the first round. So, was it the body shots? Yeah, you can see he was wearing some shots in the body, for sure. So, good fight for Michael. Wins as the underdog. He's now 4-2-1 in the UFC. And we talked about this, we did think he was, someone with a little more experience. This was going to be a big test for Shamil. So, prop bets I threw out there, I like the fight to go the distance. I didn't think Shamil was going to get knocked out. I thought he was going to be able to implement his plan, wrestle him to the ground, keep control. Similar to many of the other fighters that we saw on this card. All right. In this next one, we had Elizu dos Santos against Benoit Saint Denise. Elizu wins the unanimous decision. Benoit does score a couple of takedowns, but ultimately just wasn't able to implement any sort of or demonstrate any sort of ability to get Elizu down and keep him down. Impressive fighter. Elizu wins this one via unanimous decision. I threw out there KO decision. Elizu minus 225. Wasn't too big of a difference between him at minus 235. So congrats to those who took Elizu. In the next fight, we had Albert Derive against Roman Kopalov. So I took Derive in this, and I thought Roman Kopalov had a decent first round, but then, I just felt like Albert Derive pulled away with it. So he was making his UFC debut. He's now 1-0. Roman Kopalov is now 0-2 in the UFC. Did think there was going to be a little bit more wrestling, so it was surprising to see Derive only land 1 of 9 takedowns when in his last fight Roman Kopalov got submitted by Carl Robertson. I thought that would be more in play. At minus 380 odds, I was kind of expecting Derive to be able to finish this fight inside the distance. You can see the strikes thrown. He was throwing a lot, but ultimately couldn't get Roman out of there inside the distance. Then we had Ricardo Ramos against Zybora Turkovov. Zybora takes this one. Ricardo was throwing a lot of strikes, very good striker. Obviously accuracy plays a role in the strikes that land, but I think the two takedowns is what ultimately won this for Zybora. He got the unanimous decision. It's a close fight, but this was kind of one of the ones I was, I think, in the grocery store just listening to the crew talk while I'm walking around Walmart. In the next bout, we had Amanda Ribas against Virna Jandiroba. I thought I took Virna. I took an underdog in this one, which, if you took an underdog, good luck taking the right one on this card. So the favorite wins, Amanda Ribas. She had a good second and third round. She won the second and third round, which ultimately won her the fight. I thought Virna won the first, but good win for Amanda Ribas here. Now we're on the main card. Magomed against Vulcan Ozdimir. I took Magomed. I definitely like this fight to end inside the distance, so it was surprising to see it go to a decision, but I thought Magomed had a really good fight and looked really good striking with a dangerous striker in Vulcan Ozdimir. So this guy, you could tell he was proficient grappling. He was so much better than Vulcan grappling, but you could tell he was an extremely effective striker as well. So really well-rounded fighter in Magomed. And just some of the shots Vulcan was able to eat in this one were impressive. And I thought he had a good performance. Compared to some of the other people later in this card who lost, Li Jingliang against Hamzat Chimaev. We took Hamzat via some sort of KO submission for minus 190. We also like the prop bet that it did not go the distance at minus 500. So Hamzat has now absorbed 1 strike in his 4 UFC matches. Crazy, crazy fighter. Scary. Scary. I don't know who you give him next. That's an interesting... If you want to leave in the comments who you think should fight Hamzat Chimaev next, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'm hearing Neil Magny, Bilal Muhammad, names like that. I would like to see him against whoever. I don't really want to see him against like a Stephen Thompson, because I think we'll see a similar fight to what we saw after this bout between Islam Makachev and Dan Hooker. I think we'd see something similar, in the sense like Hamzat would just swarm him, take him down, ground and pound him. And I mean, that would be the smart game plan to implement. But yeah, definitely got to put him in there against someone good. I mean, and he's a star. He's entertaining. He's an entertaining interview. You could put him in a press conference and he'll hold his own against any opponent. So go ahead and headline him. Who cares? We've got Alexander Volkov against Marcin Tarbera. Ultimately, so Tarbera, pretty nice fight. Ultimately, Volkov just, I think, is a superior striker. We didn't like the fight to go the distance as a prop bet, and that didn't happen. It did go to a unanimous decision. But yeah, Volkov, especially in the second, third round, latter rounds, I thought he looked a lot sharper than Marcin Tarbera, who went, that was another story. He went for a ton of takedowns, wasn't able to get any. So great takedown defense from Volkov. Number 5, so he's lost to Gan. Has he fought Ngannou? I think we know what would probably happen. He's lost to Derek Lewis, although he was winning that fight until he got knocked out. Yeah, interesting to see what you could potentially do with him after this fight. Yeah. The heavyweight division's getting interesting. I think Gan and Ngannou are probably, in my opinion, they're just like a little better than the rest of the guys in that division. No disrespect to Stipe Miocic. I think he's really good, but I think those two guys are maybe just like a step above in the division. They're just like, they're pushing the limits as far as the physical constraints of what you're able to do at that size and at that weight. Their diets seem absolutely incredible. I mean, just look at these guys' pictures, compared to those guys, the pace have gone, and then just the size, the science that's got to go into that dieting is crazy. And I think that's what differentiates like those guys from the rest of the division. I think some people in the division, obviously they're really, really talented and good. But I think some people in the division, aren't, with such a wide-ranging range of like weight that you could walk into a heavy bout with heavyweight bout with. I mean, I'm not trying to call him fat, but some of these guys are kind of fat. In the next fight, we had Makachev against Dan Hooker. I talked about it. I was like, I'm going to put a small bet on a Dan Hooker KO for like plus 1,000 odds. So I put $5 on it, right? I should have just given it away to someone. Bought some viewers or something, right? Yeah. Super impressive from Islam Makachev. Don't think he was going to hold his own on the feet, but ultimately used the feet, the stand-up game, to set up that submission. Took down Dan Hooker. Fortunate that, I don't know if it was like a verbal tap or what happened. Fortunately, he didn't get hurt, because his other arm that he would have used to tap was like pinned underneath him, kind of. So it's fortunate that, there was some sort of contesting going on after the match, but it was important that, that got called. Also, I said I put a little bit of money on the Dan Hooker KO. My money line pick, I want to make it infinitely clear, was Islam Makachev. I didn't think he was going to get a round 1 submission. That was nuts. All right, and then we had, this was a great fight. Petr Yan against Cory Sanagan. I thought Cory looked terrific in the earlier rounds of the fight, and then Petr Yan came on in the later rounds. Really, really awesome fight from both guys. Both are scary. Both are scary, scary fighters in that division. I don't know, I don't know if Aljamain... I think Cory Sandhagen's got to win versus Aljamain. Say what you want about the record between these two. We know who won the fight. We know who threw an illegal knee and threw his arms up in the air in victory afterwards. He's a psycho. And then Dillashaw. I think Petr Yan can beat Dillashaw. I think Sandhagen can beat Dillashaw. Dillashaw's a competitor, though. So I think he's in the top 3. I think Aljo, just because he's a little more one-dimensional as far as, he wrestles, and the stand-up's maybe not as good as those guys. He's maybe just, a tier below, in my opinion, even though he's the belt holder. And then what a crazy, crazy main event. Glover Teixeira gets the belt for the first time in his career. So crazy. Gets the 2 takedowns, right? Back-to-back rounds, fairly easily, too, versus Yan. And just... it's not the prettiest style, but it's effective, and I would not want to fight him. If Yuri gets the next fight, I'll probably take Yuri just because Yuri's kind of style. It's like game wrecker or game plan wrecker. It just, he's going to do crazy shit. It's going to be unpredictable. I think for as physically imposing as Glover Teixeira was in this match from a grappling standpoint, Yuri could be a tough matchup for him. But congrats to Glover. I did not take Glover. I took Yan. So it was Glover and then that... Michael Oleksijuk were the 2 underdogs that won on this card. So like I said we would eventually jump into opening up an NBA Top Shot pack. I've got 3 of them, and I checked my phone when I was out and about today, and I noticed that they were ready to be opened. So let's start. Oh, I was kind of afraid about this. Like, this is just gonna be, in all likeliness, this is just gonna be 3 different Dwayne Wade cards, probably the same card. Same moment. Let's see it. Top 10,000 serial. Dang, they made a lot of them. 239,882. The 360 layup, nice. Okay, next one. What do you think we're gonna get? I'm gonna drop what I think we're gonna get. I think we're gonna pull a 360 Dwayne Wade layup in a 198 victory for the Miami Heat over the Detroit Pistons. I guess at this point I'm just hoping for a higher serial number, I guess. Did it do that graphic thing before, or was that a good sign, you think? Ooh, real bad sign. Oh, dang. I might be done with NBA Top Shot. I mean, it's fun. It's interesting. It also is kind of lame. I don't know. We could, I mean, let's check it out. We'll go back to it. Alright, so I'll probably just, I don't know. I'll probably sell 2 of these, right? I could win a Chris Bosh moment. So let's just look at the listings. Yeah, see, like, what did they charge? $9 for these? And the top sale is $888. I mean, part of the issue is there was just, there were 230 some 230,000 some serial numbers of that produced, so I don't know. Kind of whack if you ask me. Considering they're going for $6 today, And that's the first time that's happened on NBA Top Shot for me. Like, usually everything, I've pulled, I've been able to pull some sort of profit on. When you can, all things considered, so. See, like, I think this was an $18 pack. And if we look at the listings, it's better than this Dwayne Wade one. So you can see the lowest ask right now is $34. So you're usually pulling some sort of, like, profit with these. Even on the basic packs, like, if you're getting some crap player, you're at least getting your money back. But then every transaction flow takes a percentage, or whoever the box is. So I think it said to get a Chris Bosh moment, I need 2 Heat moments and 2 Raptors moments in a cage. Okay, so I've got Kendrick Nunn. Oh, I could trade in the moments. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, I wanted to check out the challenge. We can't look at the moment yet, though. So, interesting. Yeah, so besides that, let's see what AMC's doing in after hours. 37.43. Yeah. So something I did, as a customer of their product, I bought some DraftKings stock and some call options for the future. So hopefully that works out. Decent. Also bought some more oil stocks, just because, I know it's bad for the environment and everyone's like buying Tesla and stuff, but there's still a huge demand for oil products, petro products, and the inflation, the price on all that stuff. I imagine any and every oil company had some sort of off-book reserve that they're just making a killing off of right now. And when I say a killing, they're making, gosh, 250% markup. I mean, just some incredible markup. So I think for the rest of this week, we got probably a Bulls game on. Are they playing tonight? Bulls are 4-1. We had a huge win against the Jazz on Saturday. Oh, I went to the movies. We saw Antlers at AMC. Antlers. The Guillermo is it Guillermo del Toro flick? Super good. Bulls got Boston tonight. Nice. They lost to the Knicks, but Knicks are a decent team in their own right. So really looking forward to. I'll probably watch the Bulls. I got a little bit of a wager on the Kansas City Chiefs and the over, and so I'll watch a little bit of that game. Other than that, I don't think anything crazy's going on this week in sports. Just checking ESPN right now. When's Colby versus... Ooh, that's next weekend. We got Colby and Kamara. So I'll do my picks on Friday. I'm a huge Colby fan, but I'm also a big Kamara Usman fan, and I think I don't know who I'll ultimately pick, but it'll probably be Kamara. So I'll see y'all on Friday. Maybe something changes. Maybe I switch. So tune in on Friday. If you didn't, please subscribe to the channel. You'll get notified whenever I go live with my show, and you can participate in it. If you got any questions, comments, love to debate on stream. I'm Irish, so I got a little bit of a temper too, so if you troll me, sometimes I take it the wrong way. But it's all love, so appreciate it if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and happy Monday, everyone. I'll talk to everyone on Friday. Unless there's a Top Shot drop or something like that, then we'll do a show midweek again.